Hi, 4K friends. This story is called Under the Snow. Remember, we're going to start learning all about hibernation this week. In the heart of winter, a deep layer of snow blankets fields and forests, ponds and wetlands. You spend your days sledding and skating and having snowball fights. But under the snow lies a hidden world. Under the snow in a field, dozens of ladybugs pack themselves into a gap in an old stone wall. Do you see those ladybugs? They're hibernating. Below them, a snake rests in a hole all its own. There's the snake. Voles spend their days tunneling through the snow. When they find a young tree, they slowly strip off layers of bark and eat them. So the voles, they make tunnels underneath the snow and go and find little baby trees. Below the ground, a chipmunk snoozes for a few days at a time. Between naps, it snacks on the nuts and seeds stored in its burrow. Under the snow in a forest, a mourning cloak butterfly takes cover in a pile of brush. Inside a rotting log, a centipede and a bumblebee queen remain silent and still until spring. A wood frog nestles in a scattered leaves on the forest floor. It can freeze solid and still survive. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. That frog can be frozen solid, and in the spring when it warms up, it will survive. Not far away, a woolly bear caterpillar spends the winter curled up in a tight ball. Just below the ground, a spotted salamander waits on the coldest months of the year. Here's another animal that needs to hibernate in the winter. Deeper down, a woodchuck sleeps soundly all winter long. Its heart rate drops and its breathing slows. The animal gets all the energy it needs from its thick layer of fat. So this animal eats and eats and eats to prepare for the winter time. Under the snow on a pond, bluegills circle slowly through the chilly water. They don't have enough energy to chase water boatmen swimming nearby. How many of your parents go ice fishing in the winter time? They probably see the thick layer of ice and they drill a hole and they go for the fish that are underneath the water that are moving a little bit slower. A carp rests quietly on the muddy bottom. It isn't even tempted by the water striders lying just a few inches away. So this fish, he isn't really hungry. He's just going to lay low at the bottom of the water floor. Buried in the mud, a frog and a turtle wait out the winter. They never move and they barely breathe. Under the snow in a wetland, a beaver family huddles together inside a cozy log lodge. When they get hungry, they swim for their food storage pile and munch on some sticks. So they too store all of their food before the weather comes that's going to make them burrow underneath. And they have it all prepared. But even on the coldest winter days, red-spotted newts dodge and dart, whiz and whirl just below the ice. As time passes, the sun's rays slowly grow stronger. Each day is a little bit longer. Animals living in the fields and forests, ponds and wetlands begin to get ready for spring. Ooh, all those animals are starting to get warmed up and ready to come out for the springtime. And so do you, right? We all huddle inside our houses when it's super, super cold out. But once the spring comes, we're all ready to go play outside. The end.